Indian history. We would learn about ancient period, its advanced civilization, tribes about medieval period and the modern period. Since history is the study of the past, so events can be understood better if it is put in the sequence to show the connectivity. A timeline displays the sequence of events which took place in the past. Indian history can be broadly divided into the three periods. The ancient period, from prehistory to 600 CE. The medieval period, from 700 CE to 1750 CE. The modern period, from 1750 CE to 1947 CE. So we can see our history goes back to about 5,000 years. Ancient period. In about 2500 BCE, near the Indus River, an ancient but advanced civilization called the Indus Valley Civilization existed. Its important cities were Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Harappa was the first city to be discovered, therefore, this civilization is known as Harappan civilization. It flourished in northwest India and the present-day Pakistan. The Indus Valley civilization had well-planned cities. The Great Bath and the Great Granary were important buildings. Other remains like seals pottery, jewelry, etc. tell us about the lives and costumes of the people who lived here. Aryans were the tribes, came from central India in 1500 BCE. They displaced Dasis or Dasas living in the North India. The Aryans spoke Sanskrit. The Vedas, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata and the Upanishads written during this period tells us about the life and culture of these people. In the Vedic age, powerful king or rajas ruled with the help of the commanders of the army, that is Senani, and the royal priest or Purohita. Vedas were also written during this period. Ayodhya, Magadha, Kashi, Ujjain were famous for their learned people and warrior rulers. Some of the Janpadas, small kingdoms, conquered more land and became Mahajanpadas. Veera and Gautam Buddha were two great religion rulers lived during this period. In 326 BCE, Alexander the Great, the king of Macedonia in Greece, invaded India, getting attracted to its wealth and prosperity. He defeated many Indian warriors, but his troops refuses to follow him further, so he turned back. After Alexander's death, in 323 BCE, Chandragupta Maurya established the Mauryan Empire with the aid of his advisor, Kautulya Chanakya. The Mauryan emperor reached the height of its glory under Emperor Ashoka, the grandson of Chandragupta Maurya. After the Mauryas followed the Kushans and then the Guptas, who were the most important dynasty. They ruled over century CE. The Gupta period has been called the Golden Age of Indian history. Great advancement was also made in the fields of science, astronomy, mathematics and grammar. Medieval period. Toward the end of 7th century CE, the series of raids were made on the India by Muhammad Ghazni. The Muhammad Ghori looted and took away great wealth from India. Muhammad Ghori appointed a Turkish slave leader, Kutubuddin Aybak, as the governor of North India after Muhammad Ghori's death. Kutubuddin Aybak became the first Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. He founded the Delhi Sultanate since Aybak was the Turkish slave. The dynasty founded him is also called Slave Dynasty. After the decline of Delhi Sultanate, North India was divided into many small kingdoms. In 1526 CE, the first Mughal conqueror Babur came to India in 1526 CE and laid the foundation of the Mughal Emperor in India. Humayun succeeded Babur and Babur succeeded Humayun in 1556 CE. Akbar, the great Mughal emperor, conquered many kingdoms and administrated them wisely. Jahangir and Shah Jahan ruled after him. Aurangzeb, the last important ruler of the Mughal dynasty, ruled for 50 years, and with his death, the mighty Mughal emperor began to decline. Around the 18th century, other rulers like Rajputs, Sikhs, Marathas, and the state of Mysore became the powerful and rebelled against the Mughal authority. Modern period. Many European powers started trading in India at the time of the decline of Mughal rule. These were the British and the Portuguese, the French, the Dutch, who were finally defeated by the British and ruled over India for nearly 200 years. In year 1757, Siraj-ud-Dawla, the Nawab of Bengal, was defeated by the British Emperor in Battle of Plassey. This was the starting point of British rule in India. In 1857, the people of India revolted against the harsh rule of foreign power. This revolt was brutally crushed and the Indian Empire was taken over by the Queen of England. The Indian people did not have any role in the governance of their country. As a result, the Indian revolt against the Britishers and gave birth to the Indian national movement. To free India from the British rule, many political organizations were formed by the educated Indians. The Indian National Congress was the most important one, which played an important role in our freedom struggle. The most popular leader of the freedom struggle was Mahatma Gandhi, and his movements were based on truth and non-violence, called Satyagraha. Other important national leaders were Jawaharlal Nehru, B.G. Tilak, and Subhash Chandra Bose. After much struggle, India became independent on 15th August 1947. Summary. The Indus Valley Civilization was the earliest civilization known to exist in the Indus Valley region. With the decline of Mughal Emperor, the European powers started trading in India. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the British became the rulers of the Bengal and soon brought India under their control. Many political organizations were formed to free India from the British rule. Important national leaders were Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, etc. India became free from British rule on 15th August 1947. Civilization is a society, its culture and way of life during a period of time in a particular part of the world. Dynasty is a series of rulers who belong to the same family. That's all in this chapter. Learning is fun, so kids, keep learning.